Good morning.
Good morning.
Stitch Along Friday for Victoria Sampler people.
Exactly. Here we are again.
Exactly. So this is Friday what is the date today?
It is October...
Isn't it the 15th? Have
15th.
I got that right?
Yes, that's
right. I
right.
was thinking
Exactly.
it was the 13th, but luckily no.
It's the 15th.
Those of you who believe in good omens, this is not.
Yeah.
This is good. When is Friday the 13th coming? On Halloween?
No.
It won't be here for a while.
No.
Well, it looks like we have a few viewers already. Hello, everyone. We have a whole bunch of different things in front of us.
We do.
Laid out in front of us. They're in no particular order. So before we get started, we have to wait for people to come on board.
We do, exactly.
And say hello to us. So
say hello.
I was wondering what you were doing this week that you can talk about, that is.
You always ask me that. I was packaging up some orders. I was cleaning up some old stuff in the back room. By cleaning up, I mean getting rid of it. And let's see, what else have I done? Now I'm about to start cleaning out the filing cabinet.
It's true. All the cleaning up that we've been doing, the decluttering, I started that way before because you were busy doing other things. Now you're in on the fun.
Yes.
And it is kind of fun, isn't it?
It is kind of fun.
I like decluttering.
Yeah, it is fun decluttering, but it's kind of a mixed emotion of we're ending.
Yeah, we're ending. Yeah, there's always a bit of grief when you're decluttering.
Yeah, that's right.
You're letting go of
letting go of things that we've had for many years.
That's right.
So.
Well, I find also it's invigorating because it also lets you think about the things that are coming.
True.
The future.
Yes.
And I love thinking about that as I'm decluttering.
Yes.
Rather than, the sadness of letting things go.
I haven't started thinking about the future yet. So
I'm not there yet.
I'm still trying to let go.
Well, you're doing good, considering.
Yes.
I mean, it's been 24 years.
24, 24 and a half.
For anyone, it is difficult. And there's people that have a job, for instance, in another, in any other company.
Yeah.
And then they're let go in a couple of weeks.
That's right. Absolutely.
And that is really hard. It takes a long time before you're acclimatized to a new thing and some kind of a new evolution. So you're doing good.
Yes.
And at least you're still here.
I am still here. That's right.
Elizabeth said hello right away. Hello, Liz. Really good to see you.
Yep. Morning, Tricia.
Tricia says someone's been busy making ACT packs. Well, we have had those ACT packs being made all along. We just had to be really sure that we had our counts right for the pre-orders for the shops that we had received. So, over the months, we've been busy making those ACT packs. Lexa and Kathleen have.
Lexa and Kathleen, yes.
But on the other hand, they've been accumulating a little bit slowly, and I didn't want to just put on a little bit here, a little bit there. So we promised that we'd show you around October or November.
Yes.
And I think we have our last ACT packs finally available today.
I don't think any more will be available.
No, I'm pretty sure if there is, it's because of our miscount.
That's right.
But I think you did really good. Triple checked.
Yes, probably triple, if not more. Counted and counted again. Yep. These are right.
That's right. So as we get closer and closer to divesting ourselves of the ACT packs, we feel more and more sure that for sure, we're not going to need these for the pre-orders we already were paid for.
Absolutely.
But thank you for mentioning that. I'm looking forward to making them all available today at noon.
Right. Yes.
And of course, they're going to be noon Pacific Daylight Time. So do check and make sure that you don't check at your noon if you're somewhere else.
Yes.
Linda Vizarski is here. Marnie.
Hola.
I was going to say hola too.
Yeah, I like saying hola.
Happy Friday to you too, Kathleen. Yay, today your connection is working.
Good.
Excellent. Sometimes when you have a bad connection, it can be really frustrating. So if your provider is not giving you that, maybe you should look for another one, Kathleen. Maybe there's another provider.
Every once in a while on my TV, not that the connection is poor, so it kind of skips.
Yes.
Like a broken record. It's like, come on!
Exactly. And we changed to one that was much faster, and we're more able to, not have those interruptions now.
Yes.
So we have fiber optic finally in our little boondocks here.
I don't think I've got that down my street yet.
Not yet?
Nope.
Goodness, and
Nope.
she's closer to Victoria.
Yeah.
Patricia Lewis says, hello, hello.
But my street's not, being there's only houses on one side, it's not a good profit margin.
Neither was it here. Neither was it right here.
Yeah.
But, we kept asking. Anyway, Tricia asked us if we could help her declutter. You wouldn't like it, Tricia.
No, I'd be really harsh.
It'd be really, really awful for you. Because, we would be asking you questions, of course. And those kinds of questions are you going to be, have you used it?
Yeah.
Are you going to use it in the next 3 months? And that's really, you have to go there. Because if you go, oh yeah, one day I'll use it.
That's right. Well, the one day never comes.
No, and usually I tend to save things that are like jobs. In other words, I'll save the materials so that I can make something.
Yes.
And I have found that, especially if it's been sitting there for 20 years, I never do that thing.
Well, yes, I think I might have to do that in my sewing room, but it is a small sewing room, so
yeah, I know.
Pretty organized.
It's really nice.
Yeah.
I know this, but you can go through it and find the projects that you thought you would do, you haven't done for 20, or I don't know, 10 years, whatever. You know that it's a job. It's an actual commitment of time you've got there.
Yes.
It's not just an affection.
Yeah.
But you have this intention that's constantly being thwarted. So I've got projects here that I started, I think, in 70s.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
And, now I'm just, because I really, really want to get a cleaner environment, I just toss it away. But I couldn't toss it away until now. So
now. Yes.
You'll find it. You'll find a way. And then when you do, you're going to feel so good. Joy says, good morning.
Good morning, Joy.
Yes, Joanne Fuzon. Finally made it. Yay.
Oh, good.
Oh, good. You started your bumblebee pin cushion.
You'll enjoy it. It was a fun project to stitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it's also actually almost more fun to finish it, because when you stitch it, you just have this little piece. It's not that big. But when it's on the thing, it looks just awesome.
It does. Absolutely.
Morning, Sandy Werbitsky. And Marcy Schmidt, good morning. Yeah, cloudy and cool. Perfect day to stitch.
Absolutely.
Good morning, Norma. It's so wonderful to have you here again. And Suzanne Healy and everyone watching, she says, I always love that when you include everyone.
Yeah.
Jeanette says, good morning from Illinois. And I'm wondering if she is... No, she's not shopping.
Oh, she's home today. Hey, Tammy.
All right.
Yeah.
You're home today. I'm so sorry he's been sick. I hope things are okay and that he is getting better. Viviane Royno. Okay. Merci. Bon ouais. I'm not sure what ouais is, but thank you. Merci is thank you. So thank you. You. Lynn Burton says, good morning, Blue Ladies.
I'm always a little chilly, but there's another story to it. So
Lynn Burton, I want you to know that we did not decide we were going to be blue together.
No.
We just thought, I guess it was a blue day. There's not enough sky blue.
No.
That's why.
That's right. Yes.
And it is a little chilly in the house, even downstairs here. And also, I think you're really cozy in your sweaters.
Well, first of all, this is a very cozy sweater. But
that's okay. And Jillian says, hi, everybody. Tanya says, good morning, my friends. Hazy in Central Arkansas. Oh. Also good for stitching. I wonder if there's a day that's not good for stitching. Can't think of one.
When we had the heat bubble here, that was not good for stitching.
That's true. Yeah. Okay, 40 degree
and
heat.
I tried.
You tried. I remember taking stitching with me to Hawaii, and the only time I could stitch was in the air conditioning.
Yeah. I had the fan on, and even that was, once you get those lights on, it's like it made it way too warm.
Jennifer McEwen, hello. Elizabeth, you lost your stitching mojo again. Oh, well, I'm glad you're saving the stitch along. That's good, because it will come back. Sometimes our lives are so busy and we go in different directions.
Yeah.
We just haven't got the energy or the focus.
Focus.
Yeah,
absolutely.
To kind of focus on that. I think somehow in my life anyway, when things are active, like when you have to...
Too much activity going on.
Do too many different things.
Definitely.
I find that it's not so easy to settle down.
Yeah.
So you'll come back. I know you will. And thank you for showing up, though, just the same. Morning, says Karen. Hello. Hopefully you're feeling okay. Tricia says, very embarrassing questions.
Yeah.
Exactly. They will be embarrassing. But Tricia, you know what I started about, I think it was about 6 months ago, or maybe four or 5 months ago. I started with one drawer in my kitchen.
At a time. Yeah.
And I promised myself, I was determined, one thing. It didn't have to be a whole thing. It just had to be one drawer or one shelf or one part of the cupboard or just one thing.
Yeah.
And it's amazing because I got kind of caught up in it, and it became like I started doing large cupboards. I had no idea I was going to be doing that. It just evolved. So
Yes.
I think you have to be in a certain mood and
Start small.
Start small, exactly. Start with
You don't have to get rid of everything at the same time.
No, and also make sure you have boxes and or big, tough garbage bags or something ready, because if you don't know what you're going to do with the stuff, it just sits there piled in another pile.
Yeah.
So I discovered, get some empty boxes in the house, no matter what, so that when you want to, you can take a little box, like I take shoe boxes for things like knives out of my drawers, or big heavy garbage bags for like linen that I didn't need anymore. And so I found that, there were certain things that I needed before I got started. Masking tape.
Yeah.
And somebody to lift the heavy stuff.
Yes.
I started lifting the heavy stuff this week, and apparently I wrecked my back.
Yeah, strained the back.
I
did that last week. So
yeah, exactly. So we got Richard down here, and that does help a lot.
Yes.
And if you can't do that, I found that you make smaller boxes.
Yes, that's true.
There are places that take our unwanted goods, like the Salvation Army Depot on Van Elman. They take our unwanted goods, and then there are people who are not able to be employed in other areas because of their mental health or whatever. And they have a job, and they will make sure that the objects are going to be presented in the Salvation Army stores, and then other people buy them. So to give to this really good way of recycling our material goods, I get a really good feeling out of it.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's given people purpose.
Yes.
And helping their health.
Exactly.
And someone else gets to use it.
That's right. I mean, what better thing, right? You can say, oh, but I bought it for $100. I want $100 back. But
you're never going to get that back.
And not only that, why would you? You haven't needed it for like 20 years. So why do you suddenly need to get the money for it? So
absolutely.
Giving it has been my just a huge blessing.
Yeah.
Donna Granger's here. Good.
Oh, it's sunny in Berkeley today.
Donna, you got our son.
Yeah.
Donna, were you here last week? I can't remember. I thought you weren't here last week, and I kind of felt that I missed you, but maybe it's because I was too preoccupied with what I was talking about.
Well, it could be.
Could be.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's good to see you. Tedra says, hello from Cooler Phoenix. Nice.
Yep.
So glad to hear that. Thank you, Karen Lark. Thank you very much. I like being complimented on my top. The bottom, but the top's good. Dorothy Wendell, good morning. It's very good of you to drop in. I'm so sorry about your brother. And I thought that we talked about this last week as well. Is that correct? Yes, I think so. So all of our condolences go to you. Yeah, exactly. The apple orchard sounds like a wonderful place to be. It's kind of like nature, only you also get the bounty and the feeling of the I can eat apples anytime, so that would be lovely. Jean Morrison, good morning from sunny Atlanta. Thank you, and good morning to you. Kathleen Yont says, I've learned that my taste in cross-stitch design has changed over the years. I sorted my charts, and now I need to go through and purge.
Yes.
Oh, phew. Yeah. I was worried there for a second. I mean, purge anything out. No, just kidding. It is true. We do have different tastes at different times in our lives.
Oh, yeah.
And so that's really smart. And purging, just like the name says, once you're done purging, you actually feel really good.
Definitely.
Really good. I don't know any of you, probably everybody needs to declutter here and there, but I've not done very well at that. I've kind of thought, oh yeah, someday. And so,
I'd say you've done pretty well at decluttering.
Yeah, but I also keep collecting.
True. I mean, your office hasn't been touched yet, so yeah.
I did it about 5 years ago, but you look at it now and you think, okay, what did you do there 5 years? Anyway, it'll come. It'll come. Hello to Marge from Hot Central Florida, and Pat Henke is here. Hello. Joanna Fusen says yes, because she's reacting to the other news. Vicky Fisher says, good morning from El Paso.
Good morning.
Vicky, El Paso, it's in New Mexico, right?
Texas.
Oh, geez. There you go. I don't know my American geography very well. Beautiful day. That sounds wonderful. Mary Widderwood says, brr, it's cold in Iowa this morning. Yeah, hello to you too. Oh, Trisha, you're welcome. And of course, you give me great tips all the time, or us. So glad to return the favor. Jennifer Chung, good morning, ladies. Good morning, Jennifer.
Donna says she's here every week.
Okay. I'm sorry. I couldn't remember. Even after last week was over, I didn't go back and check, but I thought, was Donna here? I couldn't remember. But you didn't say more than maybe one thing.
You had a headache last week, didn't you? I think
that's what it was. Mm-hmm. I couldn't focus on people.
No, I think you had a headache and
I'd been dizzy.
Lack of sleep.
No, I'd been dizzy and lack of sleep.
Lack of sleep.
Dizzy, and I went to
vertigo. That's we had that episode the night before.
Exactly.
That's right.
So I was really distracted, and I felt like I was going to fall over all the time. But I made it here.
Yeah.
Just the same. Buenos dias. Un saludo de Bogota, Colombia. Bogota. Thank you, Jeanette Arizmendi. And good day from Victoria, British Columbia.
Yeah.
So we have Colombia almost in common. Bonjour, says Guy. Sorry, I don't know how to say your name, but it is beautiful. It's very long and pretty. Patty says hello. Shamshad Kausar from Islamabad, Pakistan.
Oh,
and of course it's
hello.
night there. Those of you who have come from very far away, welcome.
Welcome.
So happy to see you. And
absolutely.
The timing is maybe really off, like it's night there, as you say.
Definitely.
So we really applaud you for coming.
Definitely.
When it's maybe not so convenient for you. So welcome to our live production. Or production, we call it. Anyway,
Stream.
Just wanted you all to know that vertigo thing. I went to the physio person.
You were going, yes.
That afternoon, and he did all the tests, and apparently he couldn't make it come again. So he said it's probably a one-off, and I might be more susceptible now in the future.
To have them again.
Yeah, but on the other hand, he says everything seems to be okay.
Yeah.
I remember he was waiting for my eyes to start rolling around in my head because he did this maneuver, and I was hoping it wouldn't happen. And so everything is fine after that.
And you haven't had any other symptoms since then?
No. So good thing.
Yep.
I also think that it was a one-off for some other reasons, so that's good.
Yes.
I'm glad to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
And so what I did this week is more decluttering, more cryptocurrency bookkeeping. Went ahead on that, which was great. What else did I do? I baked a pumpkin loaf, which I haven't baked for I don't know how long. So that's a symptom of a retirement person.
True.
Right?
Very true.
People who are retired do things like that.
Yes. Yeah.
Instead of just doing what you have to do.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so that was very successful.
Well, that's good. And I did end up making mango habanero hot sauce last week.
That's right, you did. Yes. Even with Bob, right?
Yes.
He went away and then you waited for him.
I did. I made him cut the habaneros. So, yeah. But, what we used wasn't even a drop in the bucket to what we have. So.
Is that right? There's still a lot of them there?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You should give some to Kathy. She loves that stuff.
I might just do that.
Yeah, or have her come and pick them up. Because, then that way she'll come and see you instead of you having to go all the way to her house.
True.
True. She'll come. I know she will. She loves that. Anyway, glad to see you. Hello, Melinda. Tanya. Yes, yum, yum. Glad to see you too. So we have a stitch of the week. We have more than a stitch of the week. We have products of the week.
We do.
And I have a little bit of reading out today, which will be fun. What's our stitch of the week? Shall I lift it up?
Yeah, you can just...
Actually, you can read it.
Okay, stitch of the week is the basic heart hanger stitch, also known as a satin stitch.
Yep.
It's most commonly made of 5 satin stitches covering 4 fabric threads. This is the most basic stitch used in heart hanger. However, many satin stitch varieties are learned as you progress along each Beyond Cross Stitch Level 5 kit.
Okay, that makes sense. So if you wouldn't mind showing them that one. And then you'll see that that is a just one kit at the beginning of the Level 5 that shows you how to do the cluster box, both stair step and side by side.
Absolutely.
And those very important because there's certain ways that you should not do cluster blocks.
Yes.
You have to be very careful that you don't do them so that they come apart when you cut.
True.
But there's no cutting in that one design. So it should be a really fun one for people to learn how to do the cluster blocks, both stair step and side by side. And I wanted to show you this, even though it's a little hard to see because I've got the lights on as well. You can see the reflection of our studio here. You see that in the front there, right up there. That's our TV, monitor. So we can see all your comments. But in any case, now I've got it off to one side a little bit. That is the same pattern. And I had this framed some time ago, actually. This is the first 5 of the Beyond Cross Stitch Level 5. The first 5 patterns, they're all Christmas designs, so they all go together. And I had them framed, as you can see. So I love this piece because it lends itself to being on the wall that way without being damaged by smoke, etc. I put a glass in front of it, and just giving it that frame really makes them beautiful and stand out. And we also had one that was on its side. I can't remember. Was that a Level 4? I think it was. Took one. I took one of the Beyond Cross Stitches.
And had it framed.
Had it framed on its side, so it looked like a diamond.
I think it's in the office there.
I think so,
I think
too.
it's a level 4.
When you frame a little piece like that, it just adds so much to the piece that you want to display it much more easily, rather than just thinking that it's nothing. It's just a little something. No, it can be extremely beautiful. So keep in mind framing everything, or some things. If you feel that it's not big enough or it's not weighty enough, you can frame something to give to someone. It really makes such a difference. Anyway, so that's our stitch of the week so far, and we have a few samples. Yeah. Or examples.
Examples. That's right.
Actually, I found this tray in the back because I was decluttering our models, and I noticed that this piece, I don't think we've seen this for I don't know how long.
Been a little while.
So I'm going to show you the one that has simple cluster blocks at the top. So like that, you can see them. There's stair-stepped, and then the word Noel, and at the bottom, there is much more complicated heart hanger there, but the cluster blocks are the same.
And the satin stitches.
Exactly. So that's one. And then I found this tray. It's just gorgeous and really beautiful to put your cup on. Here, let's just see without spilling it. You can put it on because it's covered with glass.
Exactly. I think that was a Sudbury tray, wasn't it?
It really was. Yeah, this is a Sudbury tray. So you can find this tray at sudbury.com, right?
Yes.
And I think it's made of mahogany or something like that. And
it really has a beautiful finish. I can't remember the size of it though, because they have a few sizes of trays.
Well, I made Noel to fit exactly inside a mat that was also cut perfectly for this tray. But in order to have this tray finished correctly, you probably want to make sure you have a mat that's cut specifically for the tray.
Yes.
But otherwise, Noel will fit inside. Or you can put other stitching all the way around as well.
Absolutely.
And then just finish it yourself. It's a gorgeous little tray, not that big. And when we see it this way, you can see that it's, not huge.
I would say it's probably maybe 12 inches that way and 8 inches that way, thereabouts.
Yeah, looks about right. Maybe 13.
Could be.
Anyway, this is wonderful. And then it has also, that pattern has some other things in it too, using the letters.
It has.
There we go. We're going to show it off. Put this on your tree. Did we say that right, Noel? Or is it the other way around?
Well, I think for us, it is spelling right, but
Correct.
the
It's
camera
probably the
goes
other way
backwards.
around, right? Like
So
this?
it could be, let's see if we can do it. This, oops,
Uh-oh. The camera
Okay.
makes things go backwards.
go
So
backwards.
is this correct?
There. That, nope.
No.
You got to change the E with the L.
You've got to change the N with the O.
No.
No, yeah, you do.
Yeah, I do. You're right. There we go.
Okay, that was fun.
Leon.
Thank you. Dorothy Wendell, this tray is available on Sudbury.com, berry.com. So it's SUDBERRY.com. And they have a lot of wooden items for sale to put your needlework in. And this one, I believe, is still there the last time I looked.
Yes. I think it was as well.
Oh, Sharon, you did do that whole design, didn't you? I remember that. Thank you so much. As far as the design itself is concerned, we haven't shown it for I don't know how long.
Yeah, and it is a really cute design, and the colors are actually perfect for this time of year, or as we get into November.
Yes, and they have cluster blocks in them. That was actually one of the reasons I took it, because it does have side-by-side clusters. As you can see, all the way along, side by side, and then one corner cluster, which I usually call stair-step cluster.
And they would look so cute hanging on the tree in order.
Well, they don't have to be in order, I guess. I guess you could make them all over the place and get somebody else to fix them, because we didn't seem to be very good at it. And another one that you might want to look at, as far as our cluster block pattern stitch is concerned, because it's the stitch of the week, is we can look at this one, which also is non-cut, uncut, and this has a somewhat similar. Where's the uncut one? That one has a somewhat similar shape. It's also a diamond in the middle, but notice how there's also the side by sides in the corners. I designed this one so that a beginner can practice both side-by-sides and stair-step cluster blocks. They are treated differently. You know, make no mistake, you can't be doing them just any which way. They have rules, and that way when you do finally cut next to them, they're not going to get
That's right. You're not going to have a fabric thread pop up.
And I can't remember how long ago it was, but I remember that feeling when I stitched a cluster block the wrong way.
Oh, yes.
And I had really carefully, and I was cutting really carefully, and all of a sudden everything broke apart. Well, what happened? And I had just not stitched the clusters
the cluster
correctly.
blocks, correct.
And this is the other pattern. So this one actually has 4 different filling stitches, but exactly the same pattern on the outside. So this one and this one, remember, I'm sure those of you who have been around for a while, you've seen this pattern be a part of the Introduction to Hardanger course, which is available in our academy still. And that course still goes until the end of the year. So you've got 2 months, 2.5 months.
Yeah.
If you want to take an Introduction to Hardanger course with this pattern included, because you can download it from the course, you would learn a lot, like really a lot in that one course.
Definitely.
And so I do want you to remember that the courses are all still available on our website. And that's it for the Stitch of the Week.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay.
It is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I was thinking about was how many of you are stitching Christmas designs at this time, or are you stitching Halloween designs or autumn designs?
Autumn designs.
I'd love to hear from all of you. Thank you for telling me, Lisa. Which one are you stitching right now?
The pumpkin patch.
Oh.
And I'm actually, pumpkin patch is right there. And I'm down at the bottom. I've got the barn done. I'm working on the tree. On the
on the other side.
On the other side, and so I'm almost done the cross stitch, and then I get to do the over one cross stitch and the back stitching. So I'm getting there.
Yeah, you are, and also it's just so reflective of what's happening outdoors.
Absolutely, I mean, I'm definitely a seasonal stitcher.
Yeah, for sure. The pumpkin farms around here are looking just so bright.
They are.
And on the weekend, there were people in there picking pumpkins. There was a little girl that was rolling around on a pumpkin when I went there. Oh, it's just so adorable. I used to go to the Sudbury store in Connecticut. They had beautiful
Yes.
wood items.
Yes, they
Absolutely,
do.
Linda. Yeah,
Mhm.
thank you.
Halloween.
Okay, so Nancy says
Yep.
Halloween. Brenda's always got Christmas going, so it doesn't matter what time of the year. Okay, that's cool. And Carol says both. So you're stitching
Yeah.
both. Amazing. Tedra says, I'm working on a small Halloween piece to make a flat fold for next year and also working on some Christmas. So both as
Very
well.
nice.
You guys,
Yeah.
you are so ambitious. So most of you probably are seasonal stitches, which we found out
Yes.
last week.
Definitely.
But I was wondering if anybody was stitching ahead because some of the pieces take a few weeks,
Well,
right?
they do actually, yeah.
Anything that you want to get done before Halloween, it better be
Probably
finished.
should be done. Yes, I'm hoping to have pumpkin patch done before the end of the month, and then my next for November is Christmas back to Christmas Village. So,
Christmas Village, and that's a
Yeah.
huge one.
Yes.
So what about the rest of you? Have you decided what you, have you thought about what you are stitching right at the moment? Because it could be a leftover from summer. What, it's not quite fall. Well, yeah, it's fall here now.
Yeah.
But it's not been long ago since summer left us. So
True, but it seems kind of a blur at the moment because we've had nothing but rain for September and
we
October,
have actually. That's true.
which is good.
That is true.
But-
We have. So it looks like Norma is working on Autumn Landscape. That sounds really cute through AGA.
Oh.
Very nice. My pieces will be for next year. This year's are done.
Oh, good.
Also, good for you, Tedra. I think you're a very organized person.
Tetra, I think so, yeah.
Seem to remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Kathleen D'Souza, you're here. Good for you. And thank you for saying hello. I am stitching a spring piece right now. Okay, Mary, you sound like me, stitching way ahead. Lynn Burton is doing Jingle Bells Christmas Tree Farm is at the Framers. Oh, you're not stitching on that, but it is done and it's at the Framers. Yay. Carol Reed is here. Eeyore. Dorothy says, I'm getting to the end of Tea and Stitches.
Tea and Stitches?
Well done.
Yeah.
That is a lot of work that you've been doing. Because I know you started about a month ago, I think, or less than a month ago.
I think it was a little bit longer than that, but
never mind.
never
You're
mind,
doing
yeah,
really well. 'Cause
really
there's
well.
So many things in there.
I think it's been within the last couple of months anyways, yeah.
Sandy is wrapping up a couple of Halloween smalls, and then not sure, as my Christmas pieces are large.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting, because if it were me and I could stitch when I wanted, I think I'd be stitching on just Halloween right now and not finish it.
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
kind of what you do?
That's kind of what I do.
Not finish it?
Absolutely, because I started Pumpkin Patch last fall.
Right.
And then I worked on it probably for the month of October. And then I started Christmas Village in November.
Right.
So,
right.
yeah, that's what I tend to do. And I also have Easter egg hunt on the roller bars, but I won't work on that until the new year.
And that's how it goes. I think I'd probably want to do it that way, although I've never had the opportunity. So I'll find out.
When you're designing, it's kind of hard to switch gears and stitch something that you're not designing, right?
I don't have that.
You don't
option.
design more than one project at one time.
No, I don't. I can't be thinking about two different ones.
Absolutely.
Way too complicated
Yeah.
in my head. Elizabeth says she's crocheting little ghosts. Oh, how adorable.
Yeah.
Are they then going to be dipped in, what's that called? Starch, so that they, stand up? I bet you're doing that. Patty says, I'm doing a sampler, but I have to start a stocking and a birth sampler soon. I have to, she says. Okay, Patty, just take a deep breath. You can stitch what you want when you want.
And the granddaughter, she won't need the stocking for a couple of years anyways.
No, and also both sampler and stocking, you can do little ones first and then supplant them with bigger ones that are nicer for an older person. There's lots of things you can do.
Definitely.
Don't stress yourself too much, okay? Even if you love stitching. Kathleen Yont says, I'm working on the Gifts of the Magi. Oh, I'm between other samplers. You're doing everything at once. I'm working on the Gingerbread Village. Carol Reed. Wonderful. Which one are you on? That'd be interesting. Karen says Christmas patterns. Okay, that makes sense. Sorry about typo. Don't worry,
Yeah.
Carol. It's amazing. And Elizabeth says that her ghosts are stuffed.
Oh, they're stuffed. Okay.
What a cute idea. I love that idea. Anyway, having a bunch of family around at this time of year is so nice. So hopefully you'll be able to give away some of your ghosts to people. Patty says, the problem is I do stitch what I want, not what I need.
Yeah.
That's good. Good to hear. Well, I have some cute, I have one cute thing. This is called The Praise of the Needle. I don't know if those of you who have been in guilds have seen this before, but this little booklet is so evocative of how people treated needlework. Just try to see what date that is. Between 1629 and 1631, this was written. So 1629, I think that's just after Queen Elizabeth passed away. I'm pretty sure, the first. Queen Elizabeth the First. So I'm just going to read a little bit of this. It's so cute. I've got so many books that I can share with you. I'm going to take off my glasses so I can see. Gosh, it's amazing how much I can see now.
Oh, without your glasses?
Oh, I
that's
love
good.
that. To all dispersed sorts of... Oh, here, I'll show you the printing and everything. So cute. The Praise of the Needle. To all dispersed sorts of arts and trades, I write the needle's praise that never fades. So long as children shall be got or born, so long as garments shall be made or worn, so long as hemp or flax or sheep shall bear their linen woolen fleeces year by year, so long as silkworms with exhausted spoil of their own entrails for man's gain shall toil, yea, till the world be quite dissolute and past, so long at least the needle's something shall last. Oh, use. Sorry. It's a V, and I thought it was viz, but it's not. It's use.
Oh.
So long, at least, the needle's use shall last. Isn't that something? So long as you have all those things, you can have the use of a needle. And though from earth his being did begin, excuse me, now we're talking about his being. I think his is the needle. And though from earth his being did begin, yet through the fire he did his honor win. So, they had to put it through the fire.
Consider a needle a male.
Yeah, isn't that interesting?
That is interesting.
Yet through the fire he did his honor win, and unto those that do his service lack, he's true as steel and metal to the back. Isn't that amazing? So thinking of the needle as like personified, like you say, it's a male object, which I would never have guessed. But then they think of boats as being she. So
well, that's true, which makes no sense either. But
he hath I purse eye, small single sight, one eye. It says. Yet like a pygmy, polyphemy in sight. Don't know what that refers to.
yeah.
As a stout captain, bravely he leads on, not fearing colors, till the work be done. In other words, we're going to get those colors on, and then we're going to do the work. Very cute. There's all sorts of extra lines to this, but if you ever get a chance to pick up a copy of this, it is called The Praise of the Needle, not In Praise of the Needle, just so you know. John Taylor's poem of 1631. Very exciting to read something written by someone who could see the value in the needle.
The needle.
Yeah, because generally men didn't see the value in some of those things.
No.
Although the way that we have been identified, we as women have been identified with the needle, I think it goes back way farther than that in history. I mean, we're the ones that almost always had some work in our hands. Around the fire, the guys would sit and smoke some kind of tobacco.
And drink ale.
And they would, tell tall tales of their bravery. And the women would sit quietly, just like we do now.
And do their mending.
So we're associated with the needle more than a man would be. Even during the time when men could make money from needlework.
Yes.
Which they did,
absolutely. I think most tailors were male.
Absolutely. So, when it came to making money, they were fine with it.
Yes.
But if it's associated with leisure or just taking some time and filling the time because we don't have anything important to do, then somehow it becomes feminine, which I think is quite funny.
Yeah.
And that's what this book is about, just so you know. The Subversive Stitch is literally all about how women are associated with needlework as a not very important.
Yeah.
And we're not even as important as a painter, for instance. We can be, as women, we could be a painter and our art would be considered art. But as a needleworker, for some reason, we were associated with the needle and needlework as a craft, as an embellishment, not as true art, which I find really interesting because it's part of how we were regarded throughout history. It's not just other people that did this to us. We thought that way as well as women. So there are lots of other references to that in this book called The Subversive Stitch. So keep that in mind. Maybe I'll read a little bit more out of it next week.
Sounds good.
I don't want to read too much out of books because I know that many of you have already got some of these books.
Yes.
But I do want to share them with you because they are exciting. They're parts of our love of needlework. And if you can read other people and how they think about needlework, you become aware of how we're not isolated in our homes just because no one else does needlework in our homes, or even our friends don't do needlework. That can happen, but it is a very, very important part of humanity and our history. Particularly if you think about all the clothing that women have had to make for people over the years. So I'm going to just move this down if that's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm not sure what's happened here, but I think we missed a few people. Oh yeah, no, we didn't. Tanya says, I need to get busy and finish my Christmas tree bling.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, and that's going to be so fun.
It's almost that time of year to decorate the tree.
Yes, it is. If you've got your Christmas tree all stitched up. I was going to say the bling, don't forget to include, little, what do you call them? Bugle beads, like that look like candles. And then you can also add a little tiny seed bead at the top.
Yes.
As the flame.
The flame, definitely.
Rather than just the theme.
Yeah.
I printed this years ago, hoping to stitch it one day. Now this was, oh, you mean the poem? That's quite a long poem, I must say. Have a great weekend, ladies. Back to work for her.
Yep.
Bye, Elizabeth. And it looks like she's also leaving. Hello, happy day and weekend. Oh no, you've just arrived. Sorry. Hello, Magali. And Patty says yes, the poem. Sorry about that. Yes. As far as the poem is concerned, it isn't terribly long, but it would be a long stitch.
It would be. Yeah.
Anyway, so what else do we have to talk about?
Well, we've got a few things to show.
I know what we should talk about.
Oh.
Which includes all the things you're going to show.
Yes.
And that is our having more things on our website.
Yeah, that's right. Yes.
It's really important that those of you who have been waiting, hang around for an hour and 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Is that when we're going to do it?
Yes.
So it's noon Pacific Daylight Time.
Yeah.
We're going to make sure that all the ACT packs that are literally left over from all of our machinations and ordering and trying to get things done, we still have one mass of ACT packs. Not too many of each, I may add.
Yes.
Some have as many as maybe as 20, but a few only have like
4 or 5.
3. Yeah. So keep in mind, don't wait. If you're looking forward to getting what you wanted to get on the website and grab it. And
absolutely.
May the best woman win.
Yeah. Good luck to all.
Yeah. We feel sorry that there isn't going to be more, but at least you'll have the chance to see if you can grab it today.
Well, you can.
And I sent off the email like I promised.
Yeah.
Sent it off the day ahead because it's important that people who want to get it are ready with their mouse.
Yeah.
or their phone.
They could already have it in their wish list or something like that.
I don't think we have a wish list.
Oh, there's no wish list on
No, we used to have that.
We used to have that, yeah.
Yeah, but we don't have it on our new website. But in the meantime, keep in mind that the leaflets and the classes and the PDFs and what else are all still available
Yes.
and will be available to the end of the year. Okay, just no worries about that. As far as we're concerned, it'll probably continue after that.
Yeah.
But that's not a promise.
Yeah, no promises, but the promise is until the end of the year.
For sure.
Yeah.
So make sure that, get the Act Pack first. Make sure you grab that. And then as soon as it's in your cart and you've added it, then you can buy it. And you can also include the PDF or the printed leaflet as well. We'd be happy to send that along with you. Okay, so we wanted to make sure that you knew what was going to be for sale.
Exactly, and we've only got a few things right now.
Yes, so we're going to show you these because
Exactly.
these are the ones that are not Act Packs.
Yes.
So this is one.
Yeah.
It's this one little kit. I can't believe that there's a bunch left
There's,
over.
there's only, Beyond Cross Stitch level 1, number 6 left available. All the other Beyond Cross Stitch kits are gone.
They are gone, and I'll just show you this close up because it is adorable. And really fun to give either to a dear friend or even a child because it is very cute. And then we have the Aquatique Scissors, and they are available right now, aren't they?
They are.
Yeah, so if you
Absolutely.
want to get one of these, put it in your cart because I have to say this may be the last time that you'll be able to order that one. And then there's the starter kit for beginner cross stitch.
Yeah.
It's the course, right?
Yeah.
Introduction
to cross stitching on linen.
course. And it'll say that in the email. It says that under Thea's student kits. I printed this off so you can see. It says it right here. And so that's the piece. And then also on that same email, we have this frame. And this frame is...
Exactly, the gingerbread hollow frame. And we also have gingerbread hollow Act Packs.
Exactly.
That will be available as well.
Exactly. So this is going to be really fun. You can get the frame, the pattern, and the Act Pack all at once.
Exactly. And the Act Packs have the buttons. Like the gingerbread buttons.
Cool.
And the heart button and the beads.
Oh, that's really good. I did not realize those are also going to be there for sale. So the gingerbread hollow is mostly cross stitch with some beads and packs and stuff.
Exactly. And we also still have these beautiful needles available. They're the Easy Glide ball tip needles.
Which I won't use any other kind now.
No, I won't either. And they're number 24 and then a number 26.
Yeah, we've had those on our website for some time, but we really stocked up before.
Absolutely. So we still have some available.
Yeah.
They are the best needle ever to stitch with. I didn't think so when someone said, oh yeah, you got to try these needles. But yeah, they are wonderful needles.
They really are. I couldn't believe it. I thought, what the heck is going on with this needle? It goes through so fast.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Dorothy says, my bling tree is stitched, but not decorated yet. There you go, Dorothy. That'll be the fun thing to do in November and December. Brenda Lickflyer just finished Gingerbread Hollow. Congratulations. So good to hear. And Dorothy loves the needles also. So
I agree. They're wonderful needles.
I don't think that there's anybody that says they don't like them. Don't forget the Aquatique scissors as well. I think those are going to be the last.
These will be the last embroidery scissors we have.
For the time being. Yeah. And also don't forget that we are continuing to develop and think about our future.
Yes.
Starting hopefully in January. It's starting to gel. I'm pretty sure that there's going to be a workshop, which I've mentioned to you guys before. The workshop will probably include a pattern or maybe two, and they have to do with your creativity, not mine. So there's going to be some challenge to it, but it'll also be really fun because you get a weekly assignment, something that you can do, something small that you can do and you can choose, and I will help you with all of your choices and your ideas. So I think that this workshop is starting to really
come together.
I'm so excited about it. And of course, it'll be Zoomed. So that's something that's going to be
It'll be an interesting process for us.
Which we've never done before, because we're always the ones that we can talk whenever we want.
Absolutely, yes. It makes it really easy because no one ever asks questions.
Yeah,
except for through the chat group. But
the main thing is nobody interrupts us.
That's right, exactly.
So we're going to have to learn how to, all talk one at a time. And I don't know. It's going to be very interesting. The first one is going to be a beta test-ish thing because I don't know how to do it yet. But it'll be fun.
Yeah.
And finally, we've got our stitch along. Yay! This is the third part of our stitch along, and I'll just zoom over and put it up as soon as I can. I've seen some of the stitching that's been done on the second part. That looks so cute. And this is not too difficult. It is the spider web at the top. So this is all done in black, as you can tell. This reminds you of something. I think it might.
Yeah.
This spider web, of course, comes from one of our stitching witches. I don't know exactly which one.
Either stitching witches. It might be used in scary stitches too.
Yeah, it just fits exactly across the top. So I could not resist using the exact same one. And so that's going to be. And
it looks so wonderful when it's stitched.
So that will be your next thing that you're going to be doing. Don't forget to stitch the little spider. Oh, I'll show you. See, there's the little spider as well. And then next week will be the final thing at the bottom. Yeah. The rest of the design will be next week. So this is pretty, like, not too busy a week for your stitch along. Now, Tommy Thompson says, I finally picked my colors for part 2 of the October block yesterday.
Yay!
Well done. I think that it's really fun to see all of the different interpretations, and I'm starting to have more time now to look, thank goodness, because those of you who are participating are doing such an amazing job.
I love seeing all of them together.
I do too.
The big view of how they flow from one to another.
It's really interesting. With some, there's completely different color palettes, and with some you've really managed to keep the same thing going through, and either way your interpretations is what I love to see, and each individual one is separate from the other one, but relates to the ones before. Anyway, well done all of you who have participated and who are going to participate sometime in the future. Sending special greetings to Fiona, who has broken her wrist.
Oh, yes.
And she was so gung-ho, and she was so ready to finish the last.
She wanted to finish it before the end of the year,
I know.
She?
And honestly, if you're listening to this, Fiona, we really, really, really feel bad for you.
Absolutely. Oh, and broken wrist. And, I mean, there's so many bones in the wrist, too.
So we're hoping that you will get better. So that
heal quickly.
And that you don't overdo it with your wrist.
Yeah.
Because you want to get back to stitching so badly.
Yes.
I can understand that.
Yeah.
Not so fun. So that's the end of our little stream today.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say goodbye to all of you and you.
Yes.
And I hope you're going to, what are you going to do this weekend? We just have to know.
Well, I have habanero peppers. I was thinking of just making a habanero hot sauce without mixing mango in it, but we'll see how it goes. I haven't seen my sister for a couple of weeks, too.
Maybe she can take some off your hands.
No, she doesn't like hot, spicy
food. Neither do I. I don't know why somebody would grow them.
I'm not, well, because he likes growing, plants.
Other things, that's
But these plants, he overwintered.
Okay.
And so,
So they were already somewhat there.
They were somewhat there. And one of the pepper plants is almost as tall as I am.
Oh, really?
They're like trees.
Okay. So, well, then I can see. He likes experimenting. Her husband, Bob, likes experimenting with growing things.
Absolutely.
So I can understand that.
Yes.
But do give Kathy a call. She'd love it.
Okay.
Mary Woodward's best wishes to all as well. And have a great weekend. Those of you who are still here with us, thank you for continuing to join us. And don't forget, we're going to have things up on the website at noon today, which is about an hour and a half from now.
Yes.
So we hope to see that many of you will get what you want.
Absolutely.
And so
until next week.
Happy
stitching.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.